it's amazing. I'm the reason everybody fired up this evening. I'm exhausted, barely breathing, holding on to what I believe in. No matter what, you'll never take that from me. My rain.
Laces out. We just had week 6. I'm going to start things off with a brief apology for Kelly Ludwig. Seriously, dude. He wrote in on the post-a note or whatever, quoting me, because I said he would lose, and he won, so now he's feeling tough. If you have faith in your team, talk crap before you cinch up the win. Actually have some faith and have some balls. Kelly Ludwig. Yikes. Looking at the week that was week 6 for us fantasy-wise, interesting note, the top 6 teams out of the 12 in our league all won. The odds of all of those things, all those teams winning, pretty slim. So no complaining about, oh, if I had just played this guy, I would have won. Bottom 6 lost, top 6 won. So fair played. It was justice this week in Yahoo. Top 4 remain unchanged. Lock and Load, Taylor Ludwig first, Dig 'em Up, Kyle Olson second, Avril Sandwich number 3, that's Ben Meek, and number 4 myself, Pool Time with Billy. Congratulations, Kyle is a new uncle. So congrats to Caitlin and Steve, and they named their daughter Kyle. Moving on. Looking at the matchups, we have myself, Pool Time with Billy, beating Bad News Kennels, which I predicted, which wasn't much of a prediction, unfortunately. Pooh, sorry, but your team's not very good. I've won by I won by 60. Free Agent lost to Lock and Load. Again, we already touched on this because Kelly Ludwig, I was complaining about my false prediction. So he stays at the top, does Lock and Load. Free Agent has dropped 3 in a row and is quickly becoming the worst team in our league. Dig 'em Up narrowly edged Buckaroo Bobs, and Buckaroo Bobs, perhaps getting a little anxious, made a blockbuster trade, a 4-player swap, 8 players total, with Tillery, I believe it was. You could check that out. I'll check it now for you. Buckaroo Bobs, which is AP's team, sends 4 guys over to Tilsaw. Those 4 guys being... computer loading. Sproles, Ryan, and Bush, and Felix Jones. That's Reggie Bush, Felix Jones. Till sends over to AP for Sidney Rice, Steve Slayton, Matt Hasselbeck, and Darren McFadden. So most of all these guys are starters. That's a pretty big trade. So yeah, if you're getting bored and frustrated with your team because they're not doing too well, make a trade like these guys. So unlucky for Buckaroo Bobs. He's struggling, falling out of the top half. Moving forward, Dana Balls got lit up. Biggest blowout, lowest point total of the league was Dana Balls. He put up 73 against Ben Meek's 160. So yeah, it was pretty much self-explanatory. Not a lot of guys on people's benches that did much. It was a kind of busy bye week for people, and/or teams just didn't have a lot of depth. 2 guys come to mind are Will, always bet on black, and AP. No matter what they did, they were going to lose. They maxed out their points because they narrowly lost. I wanted to look into that. Next one, always bet on black, loses by 12 to High Bend, which is Ortiz's team, 136 to 128, disappointing. Bobby's Fly Rod loses by 14 to Big Country, which is Grand Dave. 2 unlucky guys thus far in our league, while Dave is still right there, 5th place, but with the 2nd highest point total in our league. And Tillery, Bobby's Fly Rods, with, that's actually a little bit more justice. You're in 9th with probably like the 5th highest point total, so it's a bit unlucky, I suppose. And in the NFL, we had the Raiders beating the Eagles. Lock and Load's team is half Eagles, so I guess he's hoping those guys still perform, even though the Eagles as a team were an embarrassment this past week. Talking NFL, the Saints are the best team in the NFL. The Saints are my team. Can't really argue much with this sentiment. being they just crushed the Giants, who had the best defense in the league. They already beat the Jets, who had one of the best defenses in the league and were previously unbeaten, and the Eagles before them, undefeated. They're just filthy. So chalk it up. I think we're going to wrap it up here. I'm going to do a little preview of next week's stuff. So we'll see what we're looking at here for next week. I'm going to keep predicting, even though it's not a popular idea these days. Should I get it wrong, but call me out if you disagree beforehand, not afterhand. Have some nuts. Make this a little bit more fun. I'm going up against Lock and Load. I've got Ray Rice, who is the best running back in the NFL, on buys, Chris Johnson also on a buy, and Nate Burleson, who's my number one receiver, also on a buy. So if I'm not ripe for the taking this week, then that means Lock and Load will have to play like crap. So he'll take that one, I should think. I like Free Agent against Dig 'em Up. I've hawked him, I guess, 2 weeks in a row. So I guess if I lose this one, I'll have to just admit that he's as bad as his record is. But I think he's got an adequate team that might beat Kyle. Bad News Kennels, I think you're going to beat AP this week. He's got a lot of buys. He's got some random-ass guys starting like Cadillac Williams on the Buccaneers. So I think you win that one. Dana Balls, you'll lose. I don't want to look at the matchups just because your team is so bad. Always Been on Black, you will lose. Someone might be tight, but I think you will lose to Benny Meek. He's got a pretty good receiving core. And High Ben, Big Cut, that one's going to be tight. I call the upset here High Ben, just because I wanna. Week 7 is forthcoming. We tried to throw together a video before I started yapping you guys. Hopefully that was cool and you liked that. Thanks to Ben Meek for that. I know I said this last week. This time it's for reals. Hope you guys are doing well. New uncle in Kyle, new daddy in Tillery, and newly 29 years old? Yes. Newly 29 years old is Kyle is Dana Weymouth. Hope you guys are well. Talk crap, trade, scour the waiver wire, whatever. We will see you soon. Peace out, mate.